Well, the sheep are back. Oh, quiet, bud. They're all back. I thought he took them out of here. He must have just moved them somewhere else, because now they're back over here. And there's a bunch of them. Need to open up and let them run on our place. I'd do it. If you wanted to run in there for a few days. There's a bunch of them. See them all out there? They're all over the road. I mean, they're just everywhere. Watch out, guys. You gotta get out of the road. Oh, come on. It's just a sheep, bud. Just a sheep. So we got quite a bit of rain last night. I wanted to get out here. I'm hoping to get out here and work this track. I want to run the disc around it. We've been doing a lot of modifications to it with it dry, and I was waiting for this weather so that it would kind of soak everything in. And now I'm going to run the disc around it a little bit and see if we can break up the top. And I mean, the idea is run the disc around it, let it rain a little bit more, and just it's ready to be ridden on. So I probably won't disc it again for the rest of this year, depending on, you know, timelines and weather. But oh yeah, there's a whole crew of them back here. Boy, he's got a bunch of them out here. I mean, oh, I didn't even see all those. Look at all those. There's got to be 1,000 head out here from what's all over there and what's over here. Hope they don't try and get in the gate here when I go through. So I won't be leaving the gate open today unless I want them all to end up on our ranch. Watch out. Watch out, buddy. Oh, there's a bunch of them. It's that time of year. Some of them look a little rough. I ain't got nothing for you. Oh, you're taking a pee. Yeah, there's quite a few. Several hundred of them right here, and then there's a whole bunch on the other ridge. See if I can get them scared away from the gate. So there's the black sheep of the family right there. We're making baby steps. We got the welder brought up to the home site here. Ordering the steel beams for the framework for the porch that's going to extend out the edge. So those are on order. We're going to get those out here in the next couple of weeks. Partially cleaned up. We're still trying to sell some of this stuff. Whatever we don't sell, I'm gonna run back to the boat back. And just put it back there. I want to get this whole pad all clear for parking and eventually the RV slots that we're going to do on the edge there. We got this stuff maneuvered around. It's looking pretty good. Now we're ready to do our roof over the top. We're at 20 feet wide right there, so that's going to be perfect. It's going to give us about 1,000 square feet of covered space underneath, so that'll be real nice. Sadie's hunting squirrels. I don't even know where Bud's at. We saw the sheep earlier. Pretty darn cold today. I mean, I was hoping it would be a lot warmer. I wanted to spend some time on the skid steer, but it's just freezing. So I might hop in the dozer and do a couple things on the track. Before I leave. But I'm kind of out of motivation. I mean, I moved a few things around, got the weather up here, and I'm just not really feeling it today. It's windy, cold. I kind of want to just go home and sit by the fire. There's the track, if you can see. It's looking pretty good. Boy, that little bit of rain sure has made things a little greener. Normally I come back here in the Ranger, but today it's so cold. I figured me and the dogs will just putt back here in the Tahoe. Still got a road back here. We're gonna go back over here to the top and see if we can look down on the compound. So there's a good view from up there. Let's see how it looks with the C trains and everything put back up on top there. It doesn't look like much of a road back here, but I think at one time they actually had pavement. You can see the chunks, and every once in a while you'll see a little spot. It must have been a long time ago this thing was paved or had some asphalt laid down. It's hardly a trail anymore. Doesn't get much travel time, but it does take you around up here to the top, and you can look back on our little compound that we have. It's pretty cool. So as you come up out of the bottom here, and this will be way up behind the compound there. I'll show you where we just came from. Way back down in there. We just came up that road. And then this is the hilltop up above our place, right here. You get up on top of here, you can see pretty good. See Bakersfield, everything. I think this might be one of the highest points around here. And there's Bakersfield over there. sheep camp's right out there. He moved. That's him right there. He's running on all this ground here. It's quite a bit. Quite a big area. I'm sure several thousand acres. And all this ground back here is probably another few thousand. And you can see over here, that's our place there. And there's the track. Pretty cool. Too windy though today, and cold. Just open ground for as far as the eye can see. Now we'll loop back around the other way. Make a big loop, just kind of check everything, make sure everything still not doing anything, pretty much. We're gonna drop down into here and then go up through there and around and make a big circle. Last time we came up through here was about a month ago. And it doesn't look like anybody's been through here since. That's what I love about out here. This is untouched by man for the most part. Brief periods in history where they did a few things out here. There's a pipeline right there. I mean, I know there's a lot of oil out here, and back in the day, I think they were working it. You'll see pads here and there sporadically in these hills, but not anymore. It's all quiet now. So here we are coming up to Powerhouse, and we just come out of the bottom, actually back that way. One of these days I got to get that old car out of there. Somebody years ago must have stole a car and ran it down through there. All right, now we're over here on the north side. I'll show you some of our targets. This shot right here from across this canyon is 500-600 yards, and the target is right there. You can see it right, my finger in the shot right there. And then we have another set of targets right there. So those are facing back away, but those are like 300 to 400 yard shots from up here. So what's fun to do is when you're just cruising back here and you got your rifle, you can just hang it out the window and shoot across the canyon and try to make that thing. It's a big steel plate, So if you can make that thing make a sound, whop, and you know your rifle's on, because that right there's a long shot. It's at least 600, could be a little bit more. And then down here, that's down, the river is right down here, about a mile. You get down here in the bottom, it's almost like two different worlds, up on top versus down here in the canyons. You can see there's one more right there. So those are all set up through this canyon. So when you get to when you're on the other side and you're facing this way, you can shoot at them as you're coming down. And they definitely make a loud noise, so you know if you've hit. And they're about a 12-inch by 12-inch piece of steel hanging off there. I think Sadie and Bud want to get out and chase the car. I might just let them out. They're getting anxious. I'm gonna let them out. They can go out. Sadie got a squirrel yesterday, so she's been looking for squirrels. They're just living their best life. And they love it. This is how you train your dogs out in the open right here. Bud never goes far. Sadie kind of goes wherever she wants. It's pretty steep right here. Climb back up out of the canyon here. That's what we just came down. Came down through there, and then now we're popping back up, and then that target is right. It's right here to the left. Yeah. I don't think you can see it from the road, but those other targets are right over there. So when you're up canyon, way up that way, and coming down through, you can see them. And Bud's happy. I've never seen them, but there's definitely hogs out here. I've seen sign of it where they've made their dens and they scratch up a big old patch of the hillside. And we didn't get a chance to look at one of those today, so I got to have the ranger for that. It gets a little tough to get back there in the Tahoe here, but just a beautiful day here. Had a little bit of rain last night. Not nearly as much as I thought. We had a lot more at the house, so I figured by the time we got out here, I was watching the radar too, and it looked like it was going pretty heavy out this way, so I was pretty excited to get out here today and see if I could actually work on the track. But it really wasn't enough to make a huge difference from what we did yesterday, so I just left it alone. But you can see here that, well, that's where our compound is, right up there. But we were way back. We were probably like, I don't know. There's the power station right there. We were probably about 4 miles back that way. And now we're out here. We just took about a 4-mile loop around the place. This total acreage with our place and this place combined here is somewhere around the 1,500 to 2,000 acre range, which is pretty much for us to use at our leisure and run a few cows here and there. But we haven't done that in a couple years. I think next year we're definitely going to. Probably going to try and get, I don't know, 10 or 15 head to start with. This place could sustain easily 35 to 40 head year round. There's several water sources and the grass is good. You might have to feed a little bit on a dry year, but 40 head on, you know, basically about 1,500 acres. It's not the greatest, but it would definitely help with the grass and stuff like that. It's just a lot of work having cows, so sometimes it's better just to let the guys that run cows come over and lease and run their cows on your stuff, get them in, get them out, and they deal with the headache. And dogs are enough headache for me. Look at that girl. They're just waiting. You guys ready to go? Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Lead the way. Bud's always got to come back and check. Sadie's just leading the way. Alright, well, I was kind of apprehensive about disking today, but kind of happy I did. Everything's rounded off real nicely, and I think it was a good idea. So I'm gonna make one more pass around the whole thing and see what it looks like when we're done. Well, it really warmed up. It's like 65 now. We worked the whole track all the way around, made 2 passes. Everything looks amazing. Actually, it's really exciting because it's better than I had hoped for. And I can't wait to get some riders out here and try this thing out. They're gonna love it. But our day's over here, and you can see that cloud cover. It moved right over. Now it's like nice and warm, beautiful. It was freezing earlier, but anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this day out at the ranch, and